and collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need read for this full moon, your full moon in Cancer in January to the new moon in Aquarius in February 2022. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch. Available on Kindle, link in the description box, now on Patreon, patreon/drawingthecircle.com. Come check it out, because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal, and I was raised by a Cancerian mother, so if you're new to the channel, buckle up. I love reading from my crab cakes. If you are new, a 7-card draw is just one card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a timeline, a specific 2-week timeline. So not a timeless read. In this case, the full to new, the waning half. I also do the waxing, the 5-card draw. This is the 7, so that you get some clues, tips, and hints about the shadow work needed. So let's look at the astrology. We're looking at, as I said, the full moon in Cancer on Monday, January 17th, 6:48 p.m., but it goes void, of course, the same time it goes full. So do your waxing full moon stuff before then, because void, of course, moon isn't great for magic. Just saying. Also, Mercury is going to be retrograde during this time. Actually, it goes retrograde tomorrow. I already did this reading for you, my crab cakes. It didn't record. I'm okay. It's like all this spiritual work at 53 years old is finally paying off. I didn't blow up the house. I'm good, and I'm actually okay. It's like, all right, take a break, do it again. Because we are now looking at the waning moon, letting go, releasing, alchemizing, healing, surrender, forgiveness, whatever you want to call it, shadow work, to the new moon in Aquarius, Tuesday, February 1st, which is also Imbolc. The second spoke of the pagan wheel of the year. Candlemas is the Christian version. 12:45 a.m., which is great. A little after midnight, I'll be nailing it. I will be up and doing something on Patreon that will eventually make its way here to YouTube, I'm sure. So, it is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs. 5 out of 7 cards resonate is a good read for general on YouTube. So check your other signs to see if those other 2 pieces are there, or do understand we have more than one situation going on in a 2-week period, as I'm sure you are well aware. So how to govern this wisely and well. Let's do this. Both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can, because I love my Cancerians. Please take a nice deep breath. I'm going to take another on that. Yeah, here we go. As I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, 5th dimension above 8th chakra and above higher selves, the spirit animals, totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the dominant 8th chakra archetype? Changing the electromagnetics as they do the shadow work. From shadow to light, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, lead to gold, fear to love. This, their full moon in Cancer to new in Aquarius, January, February 2022. The student archetype. It's the student archetype. It's the student archetype, one of the wisdom family of archetypes. There are 9 different families. The shadow is an indication of the shadow work you might be dealing with, maybe in somebody else. That's always possible in a general read, but there's something for you to get out of it, of course. The shadow attribute, arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge. As a witch, I've been there. I know how to do all sorts of shit. I didn't do it, but I know how. Unwillingness to translate knowledge into action, which is usually the case. You'll learn something and you're like, meh. Man, nah, I don't wanna. particularly if it's a wise move to bust, as it were. The light attribute, humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Aries had this right in front of me. Got any planets in Aries, same archetype. Or maybe you're dealing with one, could be. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So this is about really taking the wisdom, and humility is not about groveling. Humility is knowing that you don't know. I know that I do not know, but I'm willing to be shown. The grace of humility is the first and last grace in my book, Words of Grace, because the last grace we talk about is your personal saving grace. And humility, I know that I don't know. I'm willing to be shown. Saves time, particularly during a Mercury retrograde, right? So let's get the next 4 chakras down. Crown, third eye, throat, and heart, your internal world, your feminine energy. Now, you're a water sign, so you probably spend a good amount of time in your crab cave, right behind your shell, with your pincers, right, dealing with your emotions. If you're an empath, that can be doubly so. So your feminine energy, your yin-ternal, your internal. Let's see what this is about. Please take a nice deep breath. As once again, I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Cancer, powers of the West. Please, heart, third eye, crown, using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot. What's going on in their feminine energy, their yin-ternal, their internal, their personal level of power? Being stirred and affected by the student archetype in their 8th chakra. And this is their full moons. It would be certainly emotional for them this full to new. The star. Excellent. Now I'd like to say that this is, I now think, the 4th reading. It's number 4 in the series, where this has been a major arcana card. We'll see if the next tarot hit in the table is, because then that would make quite the interesting thing. Because 3 previous have had that Aries, Taurus, Gemini. The star card for me is the highest spiritual vibration in the tarot. Don't care what form it's in, because there's the moon, there's the sun, and then there's the star way up there. I mean, it is about guidance and grace. It is about inspiration. It is about hope. It is about our greatest wishes. But think of it in terms of navigation, right? The North Star, that fixed point that you can always find your way. This is the 8th chakra in some ways, right? So this could very much be a spiritually uplifted lesson you are learning here. And honestly, when you have a major arcana card in heart, third eye, crown, it's not one element, it's all of them. So it's all chakras. Certainly could be more crown chakra, third eye if you're doing this mentally. That's not the vibe I get on it. Let's go. Lower 3 chakras. The masculine energy, the outside world. The how you come into the world, your interaction with the world's interaction with you, your relationships, root chakras, tribes, groups, associations, your political affiliation, all of that in a side of fries. 2nd chakra, umbilical relationship, one-on-one other human beings, as well as other living beings, right? I'm an individual relationship with each one of my kitty cats. But it's also money and creativity and sexuality. So let's see how this plays out. This was happening in the reading that I did that did not make it through to the camera. There's definitely a choice, a decision, a willpower thing. You had the 2 of Wands here before that crossroads. I doubt it's going to hit again, although if it does, I don't know, it'll be a banner moment for my channel. But the throat chakra, chewing on something here. Spit, swallow, or chew. That cough is like that, you know, congestion of choices maybe. Let's have a look. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my gods of water. Sign of Cancer. Powers of the West, please. Element of the West. Direction of the West. 1 card in clarity. Lower 3 chakras. Them from the inside looking out at something. Us from the inside looking at them. Them from the outside looking out. Them at themselves. You know what I mean? Can be both of that. Some of that. All of that, please. What's going on for the Cancerian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, alchemizing the student with the star on the inner? We've got the Chariot. It is now 4 in a row. We're both inner and outer card, masculine, feminine. Only 2 tarot decks in the draw. Major Arcana. Now this is the Cancerian card. It's about balancing your motivation and your inspiration because they're not the same thing. This speaks of inspiration, the love, the alignment, the guidance, the grace. The motivation is, oh shit, I gotta get this done, and I gotta get this done. If I want to do that done, I gotta do that, I gotta do that, I gotta do that, right? What you want, and what you need to do. What you want to do and what you need to do. This is great, but do understand you are in a learning curve, right? That student, if you can be open to, I am going to learn this. I am going to learn as I go here. I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to do it wisely and well, following my own inner guidance, my own creative intuition, heart, third eye crown, highly inspired by the star, a wish, so to speak. But I'm going to take the dark horse of motivation, the stick, and balance it with the light horse of inspiration, the carrot. Right? So that you put, because sometimes our inspiration and our motivation can tear us apart when they head off in different directions. I want to follow my dreams, but I got, right? Yeah. Particularly for creative types. That's a thing. So let's get you a healing mantra to help you with this. Just do the mantra a little bit every day. And we'll not just help remind you of the reading, but this is about healing and shadow work, and a mantra is helpful. Please take a nice deep breath. And it's general enough at this point that I'm going to ask the Ascended Masters General Assembly, please, the perfect healing mantra, bring some detail into this for my crab cakes, my Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. Student archetype in the 8th, star on the inner, chariot on the outer. There going to be very fast motion there. What's the mantra to help them do this? The shadow work, etc. This full, they're full to new. Asking for angelic support. This is good. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. Not think, not do. Feel. It's a shadow read. It is a shadow read, but the guidance and the grace is there. The angels are there. But angels are not supposed to intervene unless asked. I mean, that's why it's asking, I would think, for angelic support. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel. And this is not about emotional bypassing. This is about feeling your way through. The only way out is through. And you're not your emotions. They pass through you. Sorry. We're not our earth. We're not our air. We're not our fire. We're not our water. We have the spirit that animates it. I'm a witch. When asking for angelic support, you are requesting solutions from a higher realm of consciousness. That's certainly there in that card of the star. Such a realm of consciousness works in accordance with the free will, your choice, to help you face your experiences instead of helping you avoid them. That is how you do shadow work. You can't run from the shadow. Well, it can be delayed but not prevented, so why delay? Take the time to do it. Rather than believe the cause of your feelings must be changed or eliminated, the outside stuff, it is essential to ask your angels for better ways of viewing the feelings that keep getting triggered, because the triggers are only being triggered by the external circumstances. It's in your biochemistry. It's in your nervous system. If you're an empath, you might be triggered for thousands, if not millions of people in any given moment. And if you are an artist, putting that into form in some way can be very, very tricky. Creative water. Cardinal water, Cancer. It is essential to ask your angels for better ways of viewing the feelings that keep getting triggered, because each trigger represents a healing. You are more likely to feel the presence of your angels when asking for their help to face your most difficult emotions in order to access angelic assistance. In other words, it's not about, please help me stop feeling this. They won't. That's not their job. They don't do that. The word angel in Hebrew means shining messenger, right? Or messenger of light, right? So they got to do it on the up and up. It is important to be with your feelings so your angels know where support is needed most. So that can look like angels right here. This is where the sword enters me, right? Of course, you're Cancerian. No one would know it, and there are cookies baking in the oven. Literally, maybe not symbolically. This mantra is ideal for unraveling the spiritual ego, which will try and talk you out of it and say, oh, we should be about this. Oh, bullshit. Giving up patterns of avoidance. And being a better receiver. And a receiver, that is the feminine part of it, right? The masculine energy is the action. The feminine is the receiving of it, right? The lunar and the solar, bringing all of this together. But there is emotional content here that needs to be felt in order to be moved through your nervous system. What that is, the nature of that emotion is. We've got 3 more cards to hit the table, so let's let them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Card number 5, the Whispers of Love Oracle, the deck that turns the party, not every time, but sometimes out of nowhere. We get what this is about in a very specific way from this deck. So please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the higher selves of all involved, not just the Cancerian, but certainly the higher self of the Cancerian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. 5th dimension above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love from my crab cakes? With this student in the 8th, star on the inner, chariot on the outer, asking for angelic support to feel what they need to feel and heal what they need to heal. In this shadow work, give us the piece of information, inspiration, insight they most need to do this full to new. Act as if your partner is here. See what I mean? That turns the party a bit. Now, partner can mean different things. I know, we immediately jump to the sex romance thing, and maybe that's the case, right? Which means the shadow work on that stuff. This is why I do the classes, The Path of True Love on Facebook, turning them into podcasts now. I didn't know I was going to be doing that. 3 of them are up on my channel if you want to check them out. Going to be doing Craft of the Wise and Human Hero, Immortal God, as well as podcasts now. The other classes I teach on Facebook, link in the description box. But act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Now, I'm going to go a different angle on this. I don't know if this is for everybody, but if you're really tuned in, tapped in, turned on, Abraham Hicks, White Courtesy Telephone, right, to your guides, right, and you're impassioned, and you're moving forward, and you're asking your angels for help, how is that not a partner? How is that not a partnership, right? They're getting something out of what you're doing. As you heal, everybody heals a little bit, right? The holographic power of healing unity in 5th dimensional and above consciousness. So acting as if your partner is here, right? Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they're with you, so you will always consider them. If that is romantic, sexual, I get it. I get it. That is a visualization technique, a law of attraction technique. What would it feel like to have my partner here? But if your partner is there, you know, and again, partner can be business partner, friend, companion, family member, right? We can all partner in different ways. If you're a dancer, Lillian Carter, Cancerian roommate of mine back in the days at the Boston Conservatory, filmmaker and brilliant choreographer. Check her out. Amazing, winning awards all over the planet and film festivals. Partnering, right? Partnering is when 2 dancers come together, and usually it's one throwing themselves at the other and the other one having to catch them, right? Or they hold them and spin them and shit, right? Partnering, it is an art in and of itself within the art. So that can mean a lot of different things, but consider them. Like, at least consider perhaps your partners in your life in different scenarios here, asking for angelic support. But that student, you know, if you can cut yourself the slack and say, this is a learning curve, that's what it's really about, okay, well, let's see. Let's see how open-minded I can be about this while doing the emotional stuff. Simple, not easy. It's nice to have an animal totem or a spirit animal with you, right? The Divine Animals Oracle. Let's see what the pantheons of the animal kingdom have to say. Please take a nice deep breath. Yes, I call to the pantheons of spirit animals and totems for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving the reading. Who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, helping them with the shadow work as guardian and guide, with the student in the 8th, the star on the inner, chariot on the outer, asking for angelic support and asking if their partner is here, which I think might be a good idea with whatever this totem is to begin with. This, their full to new moon, Jan, Feb. The Bison. The Bison. I've had a burger or two. Yeah, I have to eat meat, darling. I'm a mesomorph. Hunter-gatherer, frog body. Sorry. It's all good. Ritual. 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 No, ritual means different things. If you really look at what you do the first hour of every morning, generally speaking, you'll see what your daily ritual is. And if you're not aware of it, you can't change it. How do you set yourself? My day starts with prayer before my eyes are even open most days. Just saying. 35. And that might be a good idea with that star there. Card number 35. Definitely a strong indigenous American vibe here with the bison. The bison, the beaver, the chameleon. These are not alphabetical. The tiger, the bison. I only read the first and last part of this because this sucker is chock full of good stuff. Good work, Stacy DeMarco. Love your work. Breathe. Card number 35, Bison, the ritual. Live with authenticity and peace. Do not live how other people wish you to live. Your life is yours. Bringing the peace of ritual into our lives can heal us. Nourish yourself and develop habits that are beneficial and useful for you and your family. Now there's a whole thing about the bison here in the, I love this book. It's just my readings are long enough. Like, yeah, no, a good page and a half. That's the mythos. There's the animal. I'm going to read you the paragraph on the magic. Breathe. The magic of the bison is an ancient one that asks us to put aside the everyday and connect in with the natural world and that of the spirits. I see a theme here. Having everyday rituals is an important touchstone for mental and spiritual help. Keeping to good and positive ritual and habits for ourselves is something with which the bison can help us. I mean, there is such a rich lore, mythos, and history. My mom, as I've said many times, a Cancerian, a nursery school teacher, she wanted us to know about the indigenous peoples from a very young age. We traveled a lot. We went to all different reservations and stuff and took tours. I mean, I remember being a little kid sitting in this amphitheater. I think it was in North Carolina. I was like 7 or 8 years old. They did this thing on the Trail of Tears, and it was just devastating, but it really impacted me. So if you are in America and you haven't, look that up. There's a great power there, but one that can be used very wisely. And I say that because you're the student. There's something here for you to learn. That ritual in some way plays a form, but also the bison, in some places called the buffalo, it's just such a sacred animal of abundance and prosperity, right? And you do you. I get a little impassioned. My mom taught me well. Like, respect for other cultures and tribes just built in with me. I mean, I'm an eclectic witch. You do you. Blessed be. Last card down. The Blessed Be. The Blessed Be Oracle deck by Lucy Cavendish. The mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. I said last card down would be the hidden blessing, if I didn't mention it. The pantheon of all pantheons. The gold hidden in the lead in this student archetype with this whole shadow work journey is for. I do these blessings for real once I get the card in my hand. So please, take a nice deep breath. This is like much bigger pantheon, as I call upon the pantheons of all pantheons, all traditions, all cultures, all lineages, all races, all, even the tinfoil hat woo-woo stuff for me, the star seeds and all of that. Please One card in clarity for the Cancerian collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, receiving this reading. What is their hidden blessing that they would receive by alchemizing the student through humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning, following the inspiration, guidance, and grace, coming to them with that star on the inside, that alignment, that high vibe, spiritual dealio there with the chariot on the outer, moving forward at a rapid pace, it would seem, balancing their inspiration and their motivation, asking for angelic support because their angels respond when they are open and authentic about how they feel, and that they're to act as if their partner is here in whatever way, shape, or form that resonates, whether they have someone in their lives or not. They are to act as if they are with them always, so they will always consider them, and that might even be part of a ritual, something that they do for their own self-care and healing, that they don't gotta do what anybody else wants them to do. It's their life. Bon Jovi, White Courtesy Telephone. What is the hidden blessing for them, please, my Pantheons? Their full moon in Cancer to new in Aquarius. A blessing for solace and hope. And I hope that's more than just a quantum of solace. Mr. Bond. Card number 41. Look, I gotta have fun doing this. This is why you keep coming back. You come for the divination, you come back for the humor. Because spoon full of organic raw honey makes the shadow work go down. Let's do this. Torch of Archangel Ariel at my hand. Itty bitty teeny tiny italic font to start off with. Let's try and keep our sense of humor. We call on the angels to help us do this. Please take a nice deep breath. Use me. This is a blessing for solace, the comfort that comes in the form of good fortune. Strange little moments that bring you back to the sense that the universe is a place where you are cared for, considered, and important, and that this solace brings you hope for the future and anticipation of the fair things that life will continue to bring you. Beautiful card. Just beautiful card. Solace is the balm and the antidote to the wounds that life can deliver. It is not personal, for being here is a great gift, and we live in times where in many ways we are safer than we have ever been before, but we are fed a diet of hopelessness from our cultures and media sources until we become overwhelmed with the troubles that seem to surround us, particularly if you are a Cancerian, vibrational, energetic empath. My editorial. This blessing is for you to find your way back to sweetness, for the flower in bud to release its sweetness, for you to notice the shimmer of light upon water, the sheer pleasure of movement, the ease of mind, no longer racing over problems to be solved, but soft, intelligent, allowing the calm of life to steal back into your soul. This is the solace that keeps our hopes alive, the star. The gift of good fortune that reawakens the candle of optimism that is within us, perhaps the bison. And the delight in the sheer whimsy of being here and being alive. It is the understanding that there may be little control, but we are no mere pawns in this life. We have our own place in the world, and simply with our breathing in and out, we matter. And we are doing enough. It's a big one. We are doing enough. To find solace is to find peaceful moments, small connections, to notice the 1,000 gifts life has conferred upon us. And it is to again invoke the divinity of existence without the fear of the future. Let hope give you lightness, draw away the pain, and open you up again to the possibilities until you begin once again to relish the simple, voluptuous truth of being alive. For the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. So mote it be. Blessed be. Makes sense. Student, stay open. Stay open to your learning and your growth. There is guidance, there is grace, there is hope here. You'll move forward, balancing that motivation and your inspiration. It is the Cancer card, and asking for angelic support, because they're going to help you when you're open and authentic about how you feel, and act as if your partner is here. That's a bit of a wild card here. Please comment below if you want to comment on that. Help me figure that out for you. And with that Bison energy, ritual, structure for yourself, spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, do it all bit by bit, because there is a blessing of solace and hope here for you, a healing of wounds and a reigniting of your inspiration, regardless of your motivation. So what a cool read, very heart-centered, very Cancerian. If you liked the reading, please hit the thumbs up button, the like button, help other crab cakes find it. You want more of me? Certainly feel like subscribing here on YouTube, because I'm not stopping anytime soon. And if you want to come play, then come Patreon on Patreon. Patreon.com/DrawingTheCircle Productions. It is my honor to stream there every day, and an honor to serve everyone here on all the platforms I'm at. Why? Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of this shadow read. Book me if you want a private. Hail, farewell, and blessed be.